Welcome into the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty, where today you join us in Palo Alto for the regular season finale and senior day. Unfortunately for our Cardinal, with the two bad losses against Washington and Oregon, our hopes at the playoffs and the Pac-12 championship have fallen apart. So today we look to beat up on a San Jose State rival and look to send our seniors out on top. But with that being said, we are making a couple changes to the starting roster heading into this game, as Montrell Avant will not be your starting quarterback, nor will it be Nick Terrell. We're going to go with the true freshman, currently redshirted in Savoy, and see what he could do, as he is in line to potentially be our starting quarterback next year, depending on how he develops. He was our first five-star recruit at quarterback with elite development, and he has pretty good caps. As for the receiving group, we will start with the normal lineup, but hopefully we will get some of these younger guys out there. I want to see Lanier take an opportunity on the outside. Moses will probably stay in the slot, and Blouse will end up dropping to the bench, keeping Haddad in, as he is the senior of this group. Now, in an opposite way, we are making a change at tight end, as Kevin Buck will not be starting despite being that senior. He will be tight end 2, and then he will drop to 3, and we're going to get the true freshman in Emmanuel Gomez an opportunity. Along the offensive line, two positions will be making changes. Brian Fowler, who has given up the most sacks this season, will be dropping out, and redshirt freshman Enrique Heath will be stepping in. Similarly, at right tackle, Ahala has given up the second most amount of sacks, and filling in for him is actually going to be left tackle Jaden Deere. Most of the defense staying the same, but we are going to make one change here at corner. In the slot, Mark Cook, he will be dropping out, and the senior and Brandon Nicholson will be stepping in. All in all, we have 19 seniors in this class, and the hope is to get all of them out on the field today for some decent playing time, and will also be the final game for our kicker in ETN. And not only is this a big one for our seniors, but for Coach Barrington as well, as we are underway here, ETN, with his last kickoff in Palo Alto. It will be a touchback starting at the 25. San Jose State Spartans will head on out, and this is a rivalry which greatly favors one side, that being Stanford. It's a little bit of that big brother versus younger brother kind of game. With a throw to the outside and a quick tackle, Hennessy. De Carvalho, the quarterback of the Spartans, he finds his receiver with a gain of 3 and looking to pass again on second down, dumping this one off to the tight end, who nearly gets his ankle bit, picks up an extra 2, and it brings up our first third down. Spartans need 6 as they look to hand this one off. Delayed handoff, and Sony Fotu and Howerton get the stop. It will be a punt. As the offense heads out with a new quarterback in tow, this group has fallen apart the last couple weeks, and so has Coach Barrington. Starting with Parrish, getting their senior going, but no room for Coach Barrington, who at one point looked to be Coach of the Year, has fallen with how he's coached his team the last 2 games. He needs a better response, and they need a big play from their quarterback as he finds Blouse downfield to the 45-yard line. And headed into this season, the hope was to see the other receiver in Haddad have a really big one his senior year, and he's been solid, but Blouse, he's had more of the bigger games. Parrish down the middle, he finds space this time, rumbling for 9. Overall, a lot of seniors spread out amongst this offense as they look for the senior here in Haddad, who gets the grab down to the 23. The entire left side of the line plus the center, also seniors out there. So unlike where we started here with Coach Barrington, as he finds Gomez, the true freshman, downfield. Big play, freshman to freshman, but as we were saying, very opposite to how we got started here with a heavy freshman group. Seniors have taken charge as they hand it off to the senior fullback. He's not able to find space, so second and goal, 32, and Dog checks in, and he cuts into the end zone. Cardinal take the lead. A really strong start. Some big pass plays coming from their true freshman under center. And a few more players spread out throughout that drive. Takes a 7-0 lead as De Carvalho and the San Jose State Spartans retake the field, handing it off and met immediately by Richardson. Matt Goodwill, the running back of the Spartans, picks up 3 in the process. A 2nd and 7. They go back to him, and again Richardson meets him in the gap. As we were talking about, with a senior-heavy group, the linebackers very much so. In fact, most of the linebackers you'll see play today are all seniors, as they will look to throw lofted out of bounds into the blue tent. Will be another punt forced. Well, it's a great start from the Cardinal. This is a start that should be expected. This should be a dominant win here today. As he's buying time in the backfield, throws it out late. Parrish makes the adjustment on the throw, picks up 6. Now Savoy again, first 5-star quarterback to commit to the Stanford Cardinal, with a 2nd and 4 here. He will flip it to the outside. RPO finds Moses, one of the redshirt freshmen, as he's down the sideline, pushed out at the 12. With Blouse, Moses, Lanier, and 3 5-star receivers committing, this should be a dominant passing game for the Cardinal years on. 1st and 10, they hand it off to 20 down the middle, and he picks up 1. Rushing lanes have not exactly opened up every time here for Parrish. Again, whole new starting right side of the line. 2nd and 9. They go Moses as he stretches it to the outside. Good block from Blouse. And the slot receiver takes it around the edge, extending that Cardinal lead, 14-0. Or actually, correction on that. A little too much excitement. Etienne botched the PAT. It is 13-0. As it's another pass, De Carvalho to the outside for 6. Ogba gets the grab, and they continue to just spread out the ball here. Not really targeting a single group, and early movement might be Cantwell. That'll go as a free 1st down for the Spartans, and another one of those mental errors by this Cardinal team. Backup running back checks in. He picks up 8. That is the junior in Shermer. Senior linebacker in Mattingly gets the tackle. As they hand it back off, Goodwill gets the 1st down. Well, that sends us to the end of the 1st quarter. 2 touchdowns for the Cardinal in that first, and the defense a lot of quick stops. Can they continue that throughout and build upon it? It'll be 1st and 10 of the 47 for the San Jose State Spartans as we get the 2nd quarter underway. They'll look to throw the ball deep downfield and over the top of Donald Camp, down inside the red zone. De Carvalho finds Shermer, and it's the first big play here for the Spartans, as he's under pressure and sacked. Senior will take half of it. Junior takes the other half. It's Fotu and Nelson. With an 8-yard loss, San Jose State goes spread wide, but they don't have that many receivers, so their spread wide is filled with a lot of tight ends. Pass broken up, Antonio Asher. Pass intended for Ursua, the receiver. He's going to be the slot here. 3rd and 18 as the Spartans go with the check down to Goodwill, and he's going to pick up a good chunk there, but is well short. So out comes Caps to try to get them on the board, but he never got enough pull on it. Goes wide right. San Jose State still without a point on the board. The Cardinal can take over at the 20 with the missed field goal. A little bit of motion here goes Buck. Get the stretch to the outside. Parrish had more room that time with a solid play by the edge man. Limits it to a gain of 5. 2nd and 5. Savoy, he's going to roll to the right-hand side here. Has some speed, and he finds the senior Bryce Haddad into plus side. 128 yards passing for the freshman, and he's found pretty much every option so far on this team, at least in the starting lineup. 1st and 10. They go back to that stretch. Parrish, and the lanes are not opening. They're running to the left side of the line. That's been the continual starters, so they should be opening up more lanes. At least you would expect on the right-hand side. Pass caught Blouse. He lays out for it. Some of the accuracy is still a little off the mark here, but first game for Savoy. He can only improve, at least you would hope, as that one's a diving catch. Gomez. Savoy pretty lucky there that the corner, maybe safety going across the middle, looked like man coverage. Didn't know that ball was thrown. He was sitting in a pretty good spot. Bouncing to the outside, a nice juke, but getting pulled down. Gain of 6. Parrish really hasn't had any big hitters this year. He's just been the consistent rusher for the Cardinal. Flipping it back out, Moses. He's looking for his second, diving in Cardinal. They have 3 touchdowns in the first half, but with a missed PAT, looks like Coach Barrington is ushering the offense to stay on the field. But again, with all the woes of the last couple weeks, expected that it would be a big game here, at least that the Cardinal would try. And going for the 2-point here early on, sticking with that mentality. As Savoy scrambles, he throws, and he finds Bryce Haddad. 2-point conversion is good for the senior. With the 21-0 scoreline, and a missed field goal last time out, San Jose State's offense on the field. Goodwell, he takes the carry for 4. We'll say he's got a nice little burst to his game. That hole opens up a little bit, and he's finding at least 3 to 4 every time. 2nd and 6, as they will look to pass the ball. Pressure down the middle, but getting it out Goodwell, who stays in bounds, is going to pick up a nice little gain on it. Great sideline awareness from the running back here. He might be the true star of this offense. Of course, that star underneath him. They hand it off to him on 3rd. He is denied. Jalen Day-Sumlin. Another one of those Cardinal senior safeties making the play at the 41. The offense takes over. As they get it to the outside here, Bryce Haddad with a screen and picks up 6. That takes us inside the 2-minute break. 2nd and 4 at the 47. Savoy. He's got an open receiver downfield. It's Moses with the catch down to the 25. He's putting together a really good performance. Already 2 touchdowns for him, several big grabs along the way. Cardinal down inside striking range yet again, as they let this one develop, and throwing it to the San Jose State Spartans. A great play from the linebacker to read that throw. It looked like he was trying to find Parrish the check down, but no one was open on that one. A bad choice. Should have thrown it away or scrambled. But in his first collegiate game, we'll give the freshman a little bit of a break. 1st and 10 here. Spartans take over as they go with a play action pass. Couple different options, but looking to scramble here. De Carvalho takes a big hit. And his coach immediately calls the timeout, checking on his quarterback. He gets up all right with a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw outside and getting the catch. 1st down to the 45. We've seen the passing defense kind of be shaky the last few weeks. Need to tune that up here, not give up any big plays to a lesser opponent, and Richardson does it right there. Once again, they try to find Ursua, but it is broken up. A 2nd and 10. To continue looking to pass the ball. Under pressure and sack. It's going to be combined by the seniors, Cantwell and Nelson. But going right into the hurry up here, trying to save some time. With a 3rd and 19. Taking inside 45 seconds left in the half. And downfield, tipped up Jalen Day-Sumlin. He couldn't bring it down, but it does force the punt. But from there, the Cardinal just run it into halftime, up 21-0 offensively. A really good answer back with 4 targets, 4 catches, 80 yards, and 2 touchdowns. It's Patrick Moses who's going off on senior day, the redshirt freshman. Of course, we've seen some big plays from Haddad and Blouse. Montreal Dog got the rushing touchdown. Parrish, he's been a pretty consistent runner for us. All in all, the offense looks rejuvenated with the true freshman quarterback out there. Defense, they've been locking things down as well. As we get our second half underway, it will be led by the offense. Savoy, Parrish, Lucas in the backfield as they hand this one off. Open space this time. Parrish takes it for 11. And with that run in his final game here in Palo Alto, that puts him over 2,500 career rushing yards, and we're just going to tack on more to it. With a 1st down at the 36. Gonna be play action, rolling, open receiver, airmailed for Gomez. Savoy just a little bit too excited when he saw how open he was. Handing it off Parrish and down the middle for 5. But with 5 more needed, they bring out Gordon Draft at quarterback. and he ends up keeping it, and he's gonna get dropped. Loss of 3. Clinton with the tackle and the first punt forced by the Spartan defense. With that move, it does look like Savoy not gonna be used much as a rushing quarterback here for the Cardinal. As for De Carvalho, he scrambled around a little bit, primarily passing the ball as they look to do here, and they hit it over the top of Richardson. He's stuck pretty close in coverage, but it is Agba getting the catch and a first real big play passing outside of the one in the first half for De Carvalho. 1st and 10, handing it off, and slipping the tackle goes Goodwill. He picks up 4 and then heads to the sideline. They bring in the backup here for 2nd and 6. And quick swing to the outside was the RPO, cutting towards the middle. Clay, he's trying to find space, weaving all around the grass, and he finds the end zone. He probably ran near 80 yards on the play, but it only goes as like a 35-yard touchdown. But nonetheless, a great play for the Spartans as they finally crack that scoreboard, make it 21-7. As the Cardinal offense hits the field, they got to make sure they get back to their scoring ways here. Can't let the Spartans find a way back into this one as he throws it straight to the linebacker, and it is going to be a pick 6. Charlie O'Callahan. And it is just a 1-score game. Apparently, we jinxed ourselves. And with 2 receivers to 1 defender in the area, that should have been nothing but a big play for the Stanford Cardinal. Instead, it's now a tighter ball game here. RPO to the outside goes Blousay with a gain of 2. With this still being a close game, hard to make some changes at their receiving group, so we'll probably still see Blousay a little bit longer as that one is airmailed, but a flag comes down, and they're going to get DPI. And this time, Coach Barrington makes the correct choice in actually accepting that penalty. Chose to accept one last week that took away a 4th down conversion, a key 4th down conversion. Haddad with the big pass here. He's down by the 40, taken down at the 37. And a pass like that could really improve the morale of Savoy after a couple bad passes, 2 interceptions your first game. Definitely could take a little something off of you. As he's under pressure, gets rid of it before the sack. At least minimizing the loss of yardage there. 2nd and 10. Hand this one off. Parrish, he cuts all the way against the grain and picks up a gain of 5. Now that does still leave the Cardinal a little bit behind the chains here. 5 more needed on 3rd. As they look downfield towards the sideline, Haddad with the sliding grab. We are definitely going to miss his talent next year, but a lot of talent coming in to hopefully replace as Parrish down to the 2. Looked like the lane was opening up, but never quite did. 2nd and goal, Maryland I turns it into a slightly different version of that. Down the middle and into the end zone. The senior gets one more on senior day, and there he is popping up in the camera view. 28-14, a much needed touchdown drive. Plus on top of it, Etienne, he made his kick. Good swing back towards the Cardinal, but now up to the defense to continue that with a pass downfield and just off the mark. Though not actually sure how much of that was on De Carvalho, more the receiver too focused on the sideline. Missed that opportunity there and no gain on 2nd. Rico Cote picks up the tackle, and there were many people hoping he would be the Cardinals' first round pick in quite some time. Hasn't really had as dominant of a senior year, and slapping that one away is the senior in Brandon Nicholson. A quick stop by the defense. With a 2-score lead, number 2 can hit the field here. Savoy, he's had a mixed game, a lot of big time throws, a couple missed opportunities. As he'll flip this one out late, Gomez gets 2, but arguably a better play as we've seen Montreal Avant try to throw that one down the field in these games and miss out on a lot of opportunities. Flag comes down. It looked like Savoy tried to just get rid of it, and it happens to go straight to a linebacker, and it looks like the penalty is on a illegal man downfield, so they can decline it. It's the 3rd interception for Savoy. Really unfortunate for him. 2 of these interceptions hasn't been really his fault. One definitely was, but that time he was just trying to get rid of it. Man left underneath, and Ursua finally gets the grab, and he ends up picking up 2 with it. 2nd and 8. RPO to the outside and open. A flag down. Sumlin chops him down. But this one will be coming back. Almost 2 plays in a row with an illegal man downfield, one for both sides. Makes it 2nd and 13 rather than a first down around the 30. Handing this one off and picking up 4 yards. Shermer stays on out there with a 3rd and 9. As they will need about the 35-yard line. Empty set now. De Carvalho will look to pass this ball. Guy open across the middle, and Richardson puts a hit in on him. But Agba holds on to it as we head to the 4th quarter here. Just a 2-score game, and the Spartans with the ball, they are driving. But we have gotten news that Savoy's day is done. He really did a great job of passing that ball around in that first half. Unfortunately, he took a hit, and that is going to take him out of this one as De Carvalho takes the hit down to the 14. He scrambled around a few times today, and they've been some pretty good scrambles. Handing this one off, Goodwell with a nice little lane, brought down by the senior linebacker in Stevenson. And that keeps this one from being a fresh set. 2nd and 1, and dropped on the outside, Shermer. Very much a missed opportunity there. 3rd and 1, empty set, and they're gonna say touchdown. Agba was back of the end zone, and it looked like the corner in coverage didn't make a play on it because he was already standing out of bounds. Might need to take a second look at this one. If it stands, it's Kiki Agba with the touchdown. De Carvalho throws. That is very close. But we will end up seeing an official review coming off of that play. Same look we just had. Can't really tell from this angle. We need one from the side. We're not going to get it, but they are going to say touchdown. Once again, we're back to a 1-score game, and it is Zuma in at quarterback on that play, that 3rd interception for Savoy, where he took the hit trying to get rid of it. He was slow to get up, and out of precaution, they are keeping him out of the rest of this one. Again, a 2 on first down. Parrish takes it again, and he's going to pick up about 4, but it will leave him 4 yards short of the first down. 3rd and 4, Azuma. He'll look to have his first pass, and downfield again is Bryce Haddad with a big gain, tried to cut back in, couldn't beat the 3 defenders. That puts him well over 100 yards on the day, 127. As we're at the 40-yard line, Parrish takes the handoff, weaves back towards the middle, and gets caught on the block attempt. Still a good gain, about 13 on it, as they are at the 27. They got motion Blouse right-hand side, as they might look his ways. He gets by the outside corner, gets the catch, shakes the tackle, tries the spin move. The hit nearly pushing him into the end zone. And nearly finding the touchdown, sets him up inside the 1. Goal line set, and Lucas, they're gonna give the senior the touchdown. They say the ball crosses the plane. He hasn't seen too much action in his first 3 years, a lot more action this year, and they're trying to pay him off here with a touchdown on senior day. But the booth may not be as inclined. We're going to take a second look here at the back of someone's jersey, and they say that's good enough. So no touchdown. Not sure that really counts as a review. They're right back to the goal line set, and second time is the charm. You can't overturn that one. They do get it to the fullback, Lucas, and he will once again make this a 2-score game. Now 35-21, and hasn't been a clean second half for the Cardinal. Some mistakes definitely popping in there, and another big pass down the sideline. Asher. Cardinal played a lot more zone coverage in this one, and the zone is not working on those attempted corner routes. 1st and 10, time to throw, and finding the tight end, Rico Cote, struggling to make the tackle, bounces off of him twice. If he's going to find his way to a first-round pick, he's going to have to show a whole lot more than that. 1st and 10, and to the outside, diving swat Sumlin. Big play from the senior safety. A 2nd and 10 with an empty set, as the Spartans rolling, and De Carvalho scrambles. Rico Cote brings him down. Forces a 3rd and 6. with a quick throw, and Hennessy gets the pick, shakes the tackle, and is brought down at the 18. De Carvalho just needed to settle it down a little bit there. You had time, but forced it, and we definitely know a thing or two about forcing it from the last couple games. Cardinal offense take over, 3:13 left. Unfortunately, for some of the younger receivers, they didn't have the opportunity to really get out there today with the comeback in the second half of the Spartans. But they get it out to Moses for another play, and he picks up 9. Bit of a surprise game for Moses. We know the talent's there. We'll see what position fits him best next year, as it's a little flip forward. Buck takes it. I think it's the first play for the senior. Of course, we went a little bit more spread in this one. Not as many tight end looks, and he was moved down to tight end 2 in this one. They look for him here, and it's going to be a jump ball tipped away. We'll give Uzma credit, though, trying to get that senior involved. With 2:21 left, Buck in motion here. Got a 2nd and 10. Parrish trying to take this one to the outside. Picks up a good block and another big one from the senior in Brooks. Ends up being a first down for the Cardinal, and a great play there from the transfer guard. Going back to Parrish. He goes down the middle on the power. Picks up 5 more, and a timeout called by the Spartans. Seems like they're not quite done with this game yet. Parrish takes the handoff right-hand side and spun forward for the first. And while celebrating, he is a little bit shaken up on the play. Hopefully that's nothing big and the senior doesn't end up missing the bowl game. As for now, Montrell Dog, he will check in. They bring the blitz, rolling, throwing, and diving, getting the catches, Blouse. Few of these throws a little bit off the mark today, but the receivers out there making some big plays even with those. As everyone seems to be guarded up pretty well here, Azuma, he's going to bounce to the outside, pick up the first down, take the contact down to the 15 with the final timeout call. With that, it's victory formation for the Cardinal, as they will kneel this game out. It wasn't as dominant of a win as you would have hoped. Gave up a couple big plays in that second half, 2 touchdowns, a pick 6. 35-21 is the final score here for the final game this season in Palo Alto. And we got to see a lot of good play throughout. Defense made some big plays, offense made the big plays, but it's Patrick Moses, the redshirt freshman, really going off here on senior day. 5 catches, 89 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Parrish, nearly 100 rushing. Bryce Haddad over 100 receiving. Joe Nelson 3 plays in the backfield, and Sumlin with several big plays as well. Plus, we also land a big recruit. We get Lloyd Selvia, the 4-star tight end, one of the top tight ends in this entire recruiting class. And a couple weeks later, some news starts to roll in, and for the second time, Joe Nelson is taking home Best Defensive End award. He had 9 sacks, 22 tackles for loss, and 24 TFLs. And we also get our bid to our bowl game, finishing 16th. We get the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Not gonna lie, I expected we would get something a little bit bigger than this. And for the second time, we've been giving a lesser bowl game, but we will be facing off against Arizona State, and it will be Pac-12 versus Pac-12. But do let me know your thoughts on that bowl game that we were given. Should we have been given a better bowl game, or is this honestly a good bowl game for us? Arizona State finished 6th and 6th. They do pretty well in passing yards, actually better than us, but they don't run the ball very well. Points per game is pretty close, so perhaps this was actually a closer matchup than expected. Just on paper, we are by far the better team, so once again, I expect us to come out here and dominate in the Idaho Potato Bowl. But that is where we wrap this one off. After this, we'll get into our next off season, and hopefully with that year, we will find ourselves back into the playoffs and playing for the Pac-12 championship. Already we're at early National Day signings, so a lot of things that are going to be taking place in that next episode outside of the Idaho Potato Bowl. But make sure you hit that bell icon bottom right or scroll down to the sub button and tap that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Jaguars Tuesday, Thursday, and an Idaho Potato Bowl coming up next time.